Aliens. A term commonly used for extraterrestrial beings outside of our awareness or even understanding. Today, because I hit 500 subscribers on YouTube, I'm gonna try to talk to them. Who knows, maybe they'll subscribe too. Let's get into it. Where am I putting you? Okay, what's going on? Give me a second. Hold on, I'm getting judged by people in the parking lot. Give me a second. Why do they drive so slow when I'm just trying to talk, dude? What the fuck? So, we've got a couple methods we're going to be trying out today. Where did I get these methods and how did I figure this out? Everybody loves it, and everybody's low-key kind of scared of it. Reddit. I went to this specific thread, I'll give it some credit.
Credit to the Reddit.
The three methods that we are going to be trying is the ET method, also known as Reese's Pieces, and some other stuff. We are going to be trying frequencies while we're outside. And we are also going to be trying meditation. There were some mentions of DMT and psychedelics in that, but I'm not doing that, you know, like 500 subscribers is on the road path to get monetized, but I do not have psychedelic money. And I'm not gonna put that online. That's a horrible thing. Like, again, I do not have psychedelic money, and also, I still need a real person job. And also, a fun little real life fact, so you know what's going on. I'm in Texas, and it's about to snow over the weekend, so it's gonna be real cold when I'm outside. I hope those aliens have coats. So, I will see you in the next scene where we are going to try to phone home. So, now that we've got our three main methods down of communication, let's dive into them a little bit deeper just so you know what they're going to look like. Well, they won't look like that. So, first off, let's talk about E.T. To be honest, I never watched E.T. before, and I technically still haven't. So, for research on this part, I didn't actually know how E.T. even, showed up. I knew nothing. All I knew was, the finger glows. That's all I knew. So, after doing some research, also known as clips on YouTube, I figured that the best way to show E.T. phone home would be just showing off candy. Now, I do not have Reese's Pieces because I filmed this during a snowstorm in Texas, as I mentioned earlier, so we went with Twix. That is my favorite candy. No, if you ever see me in public, do not give me candy. So, I know that we gotta offer candy because apparently, you know what? Maybe that's what they like, because who wants vegetables whenever they're showing up on an alien planet? Are we the aliens? Technically. What? But anyways, so whenever they show up, you know, we gotta give them some kind of peace offering, so Twix is what we got. The next thing is going to be frequencies. Now, again, most of my research for this video came from Reddit, and while I was doing some research, again, scrolling through Reddit forums, I was going through everything, and I saw a bunch of different frequencies that people were like, oh, this is the one that, passes through the universe's rhythm, this is the one that's actually the rhythm of the universe. They had a bunch of different frequencies. And then I also saw one that was called an alien patch, maybe? I'll show a screenshot, but it was, I think, also mostly derived, kind of like how E.T. at the end of the movie, spoilers, that apparently they put a blender in a bunch of different household items to make a bunch of noise to attract them. So I assume that this alien patch thing from Reddit is kind of derived from that. So that's what we're going to be using just because it's the closest to what makes sense. And also just because I feel like having an ominous rumbling outside probably doesn't sound great. So at least it's comprehensible noise. I don't know. My bad. But I'm literally only doing this for not that long of time because I'm scared. So, because even though I'm trying to attract aliens, I do not need to attract neighbors because that's rude. We've got a peace offering, we've got a noise, and then we've got meditation. So, where are people's minds headed whenever they say meditation is good for aliens? one of the main things that people brought up was the gateway tapes, which, as I explained in a previous video, are, again, these frequencies that are apparently supposed to help you like astral project and move on to higher frequencies of the universe. So people believe that by listening to these tapes that you'll be able to talk to aliens. Now, I am listening to those for a different video that's going to be a huge one where I actually listen to all of them, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe for that. Who knows, maybe I'll get to 1,000 subscribers and then that'll be my 1,000 subscribers special. Sub-special? Huh? Anyway, that'd be awesome. Subscribe if you want to. But that's one of the ways. And then also people just say that generally, like, meditation is just a nice way to be like focused, locked in, like being able to like be one with your surroundings, be more in tune and analytical, and just being able to understand what's going around you more. So that way you'll be able to actually like spot when the aliens are trying to communicate with you. This is, like I mentioned before, another one where people are like,
take hallucinogens.
no, don't do that. Drugs are bad. Don't do that. So we're just doing regular old meditation with that in the background. So as you can tell from me explaining the different methods, they're all kind of like tiny. And frankly, it's cold outside, so I don't want to sit out there for too long. And I figured the best way to actually summon an alien was to put all of them together. So I'm going to have the Twix out in my hand, I'll have the music going, or frequency going, patch, whatever you want to call it, and, you know, eyes closed, meditate, be one with my surroundings. So we'll go into that, and okay, give it back. Where'd the other one go? Wait, what was that? Wait, if you take a second here and pause it and slow it down a lot. Wait, is that really? Yo, no way. Okay, as you saw, aliens are totally real. They're just way smaller than we thought. They're chill though, like, yo, what's up, bro? Hey. But yeah, that is all for today. Really, thank you so much for 500 subscribers. This is the most amount of subscribers I have ever had in my entire life, so that's awesome. I am so grateful. Again, like I said earlier, you can subscribe if you want to. If you want to give me some support by donating or checking out the store, then you can check out my Ko-Fi, and especially if you liked this video in particular, hit that like button because that gives me that sweet dopamine to keep making these videos and hit even more milestones and goals. So I am so excited to continue this journey with you guys, especially all my intergalactic guys that are gonna subscribe once they see this video and hear all my signals out. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Thank you. Bye!